Looking back now, it's hard to imagine how a player like Kobe Bryant ended up as such a late pick in his draft. But you gotta understand, the 96 draft class was stacked, with 4 future Hall of Famers, 3 league MVPs, and a combined total of 64 All-Star appearances. The talent sitting in East Rutherford, New Jersey that night was second to none. They helped define multiple generations of NBA basketball. From the arm tats and the courtside braids to helping future phenoms secure their legacy, the impact these players had on the game went beyond just basketball, in more ways than one. So what happened to them? There were 13 players selected before Kobe, and, like with any draft class, you have your busts, your icons, your trendsetters, and followers. But in the end, there was only one Black Mamba. This is what happened to the players drafted before Kobe Bryant in the 1996 draft. Our number 1 pick almost needs no introduction: Allen Iverson. It didn't matter if it was in Georgetown or Philly. AI was crossing anybody up and scoring points like it was Rec League. And I mean anyone. He was Rookie of the Year, averaging 23.5 points, 7.5 assists, and 2.1 steals a game, and improved his game year after year. He led the league in scoring 4 times, made 11 All-Star appearances, and was league MVP in 2001. But for all his individual accolades, the answer never won an NBA championship. AI's career was also marked by a series of off-court issues. From beefing with his coach in Philly to the infamous practice saga, man. Iverson was a polarizing figure for sure. His struggles with being financially responsible also had a great impact on the hooper, and his lifestyle, especially as the years went by, really took their toll. He was a trendsetter, tatted up, swagged out, and getting his mom to braid his hair courtside. The modern NBA image wouldn't be what it is without the influence of Allen Iverson. In 2016, Iverson was made a Hall of Famer, capping off a truly legendary career from a truly legendary player. Not bad for the shortest number 1 pick of all time, huh? With the second pick, the Toronto Raptors selected Marcus Camby, who had a great career in his own right, becoming a reliable journeyman center in the NBA. He made the all-rookie first team, averaging 14.8 points, 6.3 rebounds, and 2.1 blocks per game. Standing 6'11", Camby used his height to become a defensive powerhouse. He was selected to 2 NBA All-Defensive First Teams, led the league in blocks 4 times in his career, and was Defensive Player of the Year in 2007. But Camby did develop a reputation as an offensive player. Just not how you're thinking. While in New York, he accidentally headbutted Jeff Van Gundy while swinging for Spurs forward Danny Ferry, which resulted in Van Gundy needing 15 stitches. Later in 2006, Camby was involved in the Knicks-Nuggets brawl and was one of the 10 players suspended. He retired in 2013 after a productive career where he currently sits at number 12 in the NBA's all-time blocks list. 3rd overall pick Shareef Abdur-Rahim was a walking bucket. The only problem was he started his career with the Grizzlies, who at the time weren't good. In 12 years in the NBA, Rahim bounced around, scoring points for a number of different NBA teams. He was a prolific scorer, boasting an average of 18.1 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. He managed to make an All-Star appearance in 2002 and won a gold medal in the 2000 Sydney Olympics playing with Team USA. But Rahim never won an NBA championship. In fact, the 6'9" power forward is currently 2nd all-time for the most NBA games in history without a playoff appearance. He retired in 2008 but continues to work in basketball, being the current athletic director at Vanderbilt University. Coming in at number 4 is Stephon Marbury. If it wasn't for the baggy shorts and grainy footage, you'd think this guy was playing today. Aggressive, flashy, and with a skill set ahead of his time, Marbury's game echoes the handle-focused, shoot-first mentality NBA point guards adopted for today's game. And for him, it worked. He helped Minnesota reach the NBA playoffs his rookie season, averaging 15.8 points and 7.8 assists, and got selected for the NBA's all-rookie first team. But Marbury's career soon took a nosedive. He was a part of the disappointing 2004 U.S. Olympic team that took home bronze in Athens. Back at home, Marbury started to beef with Knicks head coach Larry Brown, resulting in Marbury eventually getting fired. And to make matters worse, his ventures into fashion ended in similar failure, with his Starberry shoe line filing for bankruptcy in 2009. Eventually, he wore out his welcome in the NBA and was forced to go overseas, playing 8 years in the CBA. While there, though, he led the Beijing Ducks to 3 titles in 4 years, averaging 19 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds a game. Considered the most successful foreign player in the league's history, China even gave Marbury Chinese citizenship. Crazy. But if Stephon Marbury is crazy, the number 5 pick is on a whole nother level. Ray Allen. You've probably heard of him before. Before he was helping LeBron win a championship down in Miami, he was up in Milwaukee working on his game and putting up solid numbers as a rookie. He helped the Bucks make their first playoff appearance in 5 years and averaged 22.3 points in the series despite Milwaukee getting sent home. In 2001, he won the NBA's three-point contest, giving us a glimpse of the Ray Allen we would later become very familiar with. His shift from franchise talent into reliable role player helped the shooting guard earn more than just individual accolades. He teamed up with Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce in Boston to bring the franchise its first championship since 1986, and later joined LeBron and D. Wade in Miami to help secure the Heat another ring. As a 10-time All-Star, 2-time NBA champ, and 75th anniversary team player, Allen's career had it all. He was at the forefront of the three-point revolution, leading the league in threes made before Steph overtook him in 2021. Ray Allen would finish his career averaging 18.9 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 3.4 assists, cementing his legacy as one of the greats from this draft class. Coming in at the number 6 spot is Boston Celtics big man Antoine Walker. Walker made a big splash his rookie season, leading the Celtics in scoring, averaging 17 points and 9 rebounds a game. Despite Boston having its worst season in franchise history, Walker shined, earning himself an all-rookie first-team spot. He scored a career-high 49 points against the Wizards and was even chosen to be on the cover of NBA Live 99. He became an NBA champion in 2006 and made 3 All-Star appearances in 12 seasons. But despite really strong numbers and a respectable NBA career, the reliable big man is better remembered for what happened off the court than on it. Like his frame, Walker was a big spender and relished in his NBA millions, buying designer clothes, cars, vacations, you name it. The only problem? Walker liked spending so much he began spending money he didn't actually have. Soon, the $108 million he'd made while playing in the NBA was gone. And to make matters worse, Walker started getting in trouble with the law. A drunk driving incident in Miami was just the beginning, as Walker would soon find himself charged with 3 felony counts of writing bad checks. He declared bankruptcy in 2010 and was even forced to auction off his only championship ring in order to pay his debts. Walker has since been able to turn his life around and currently works as a basketball analyst on the 120 Sports Network. So we just gotta hope the 6'9" center can focus on turning his life around for the better. But a player who tragically won't ever get that chance again is the number 7 pick, Lorenzen Wright. Selected by the Clippers, Wright got off to a decent start, averaging 7 points and 6 rebounds a game. After brief stints in LA and Atlanta, he landed in Memphis where he really began to shine. There, he would record a career-high average of 12.4 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 1.2 assists, as the homegrown kid quickly became a fan favorite. After about 13 seasons of relatively quiet basketball, Wright retired, and that should have been the last we heard of him. But in 2010, Wright was reported as a missing person by members of his family. A manhunt ensued, and 10 days later they found his body in a nearby wooded area filled with bullet holes. The league mourned Wright's death, and the search for answers revealed a heartbreaking betrayal. After years of dead ends and false leads, a gun was found in a nearby lake, and investigators were able to link it to a local church deacon who was a friend of the family. Soon, another suspect was involved. Lorenzen's ex-wife. Prosecutors now believe Wright was murdered so that Shira Wright Robinson could collect his life insurance. In 2019, she pled guilty to facilitation of first-degree murder and was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Drafted just after Wright at the number 8 spot was Kerry Kittles, a 6'5" shooting guard out of Villanova who was ready to take on the NBA. He had a stellar rookie season, averaging 16.7 points, 3.9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals a game, eventually earning himself all-rookie second-team honors. He scored a career-best 40 points against the Bucks, and that same season set the Nets franchise record and NBA rookie record for three-pointers made with 158. But what should have been an exciting and promising career got derailed by a string of injuries that forced the shooting guard to miss a lot of playing time. Undergoing 4 surgeries in 5 years had an impact on Kittles' game, but that didn't stop him from helping the Nets make back-to-back NBA Finals appearances in 2002 and 2003. He retired in 2009, a Nets legend, ranking 7th overall in field goals, 3rd in three-pointers, and 3rd in overall steals. Not a bad career after all. However, a player who can't really say the same thing is the number 9 pick, Samaki Walker. Walker was 6'9", 260 pounds of pure nothing. He had an average NBA career, putting up average numbers and average performances. He made a career out of playing under some of the NBA's greatest big men. He was a reserve for David Robinson and Tim Duncan in San Antonio and was the primary backup for Shaq in LA. He became an NBA champ in 2002, even earning praise from Shaq for his help in getting the Lakers there, but that was kind of it. Walker signed to Miami as a free agent in 2003, but only played 47 games in 2 seasons. He retired from NBA basketball in 2007, averaging 5.3 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 0.7 blocks a game. He's better remembered for an absolutely fire draft night suit and getting sucker punched by Kobe for not paying him a $100 bet he owed. Whatever gets you remembered, I guess. With the number 10 pick, the Indiana Pacers drafted Eric Dampier, a 6'11" giant who was expected to face off against centers like Shaq, Robinson, and Duncan in the feared Western Conference. After just 1 season in Indiana, though, he got traded to Golden State, where he earned a role as their starting center. He hit peak production in 2003, averaging 12.3 points, 12 rebounds, and 1.8 blocks per game, but left Golden State shortly after. He bounced around from Dallas to Miami and then to Atlanta, never really making an impact anywhere he went. By 2012, Dampier the Giant had been slain. He retired with no All-Star appearances, no Finals appearances, and a pretty forgettable career all around. Both the number 11 and 12 picks followed a pretty similar trajectory. Todd Fuller lasted about 5 seasons in the NBA, finishing with a career average of 3.7 points and 3 rebounds. Nothing special. And Vitaly Potapenko managed about a decade where his greatest achievement was earning the nickname the Ukraine Train. He was, however, able to find NBA success as a member of the Cavs front office. He was the assistant director of player development for Cleveland during their historic 2016 championship season. But I think a certain generational talent wearing the number 23 is more to blame for that. And all that brings us to the 13th pick of the NBA draft. A young high schooler sits, anxiously waiting for his name to be called. The Charlotte Hornets select Kobe Bryant from Lower Merion High School. At the time, people were skeptical of the kid, but 5 NBA championships, 2 Finals MVP awards, 18 All-Star appearances, a league MVP, and just about every accolade the league can give you later, Kobe Bryant became the best player of one of the best draft classes of all time. Rest in peace, Mamba.